Hi everyone, this is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and hopefully you're updating all your bookmarkers from the free WordPress site. I am back at home at my .com, and this is an extremely potent week. If you consider that the week before and the week after this week we will only have 1 to 2 activations, while this week we have a total of 8. That is transits or planetary contacts, and they are mostly Mercury and Venus, stimulating other planets, plus our Virgo super full moon, and Chiron's final ingress into Aries, where it will remain until 2027. We are also in the zone of the upcoming Mercury retrograde in Pisces, March 6th to the 28th, while Venus in Capricorn supports grounding things in a way that will support you for years to come. We are connecting to a magical new vision, liberating aspects of self that have been or felt confined or held back over long. We are beginning to shape and anchor a whole new reality by transforming our values and priorities, healing self, purifying our intentions, and recommitting to doing things the right way the first time. This week and this month, basically, we can gain some traction in certain areas of life, while other areas are initiating, or, like the super full moon, we are also completing things at a minimum from 6 months ago. So there is a little something for all aspects of life, and all walks of life will be affected. So keep your head to the sky and your heart connected to a light source. Magic awaits as you come into wholeness. Now, let's dive into the details of our energetic support and guidance for this possibly life-changing week, everyone. First day, Sunday, today, Venus sextiles Neptune. This energy connects your true values and priorities to the planet of dreams, mysticism, and other dimensions, Neptune. You have an opportunity to gain some real traction on making your vision tangible just by connecting to the essence that you want to experience. Feel the feeling, and that will lead to the physical manifestation. This energy helps you believe in what is possible and supports any artistic expression or active practice, such as vision boards, affirmations, etc. Anything that helps you hone the actual vision. Steps and strategies are for other planets. Venus only cares about the essence of nature and love. And Neptune is definitely not who you would work with for steps and strategies. So, tune in to the natural beauty around you and suspend any usual inner dialogue for a day or two as soon as you can, so that you can connect to some inspiration which is guided by your own heart and soul from the inside out. That kicks off our week. Very important, like I said, gaining traction by manifesting the vision that's in alignment with your values. Okay, if we're not living our true values, we're going to keep manifesting nightmares instead of dreams. So then Monday the 18th, Sun is going to sextile Uranus. And so here's another personal planet with a collective planet mixing things up. This activation will help you access a deeper sense of authenticity, as everyday routine events may be more enlightening than usual this week. Anytime Uranus is involved, aha moments are available. That sudden inspiration, or the surprising clarity that changes everything, is bubbling near the surface. You need but invite it in to your conscious awareness in order to be useful. Eventually, you will have to ground these breakthroughs in some literal way or physical form, but this energy supports the exploration of possibilities. Where can you use a dose of freedom and liberation? How can you lighten up? This energy also promotes authentic living. You won't be able to be phony nor tolerate it in others this week. Just remember that truth sometimes rattles those who would rather play nice or keep up appearances and status quo than face the facts. So watch out for rebelliousness, if not in you, then in others. This is not a disruptive energy, or at least it doesn't have to be. It usually only is for those who resist change. So don't fight it, embrace it. Change is good. It means you are growing. Yes. Then we have on 2/18, Venus is conjuncting Saturn. in Capricorn, like I said, and she's the one that I mentioned above as being supportive to our Mercury retrograde in Pisces process. Capricorn's an earth sign, Pisces is a water sign, Venus is a personal planet, Saturn is a social planet, and Pluto, who's also in Capricorn, is a collective planet. And Venus is going to initiate basically a new reality with Saturn and utter transformation of your relationships and your financial situations, if possible, for the better. But a transformation because your values and priorities have changed and shifted in dramatic ways. And so now life has to start over again in a certain way because you're on new ground. Okay, so this first one, she's going to hit Saturn first, and this is on the 18th, which is Monday. This is a powerful initiation when you can infuse your current reality with more beauty and true value, as well as anchor a renewed sense of your own inner authority. Living life according to your rules. It's time to live a life that you create, a life that nourishes beauty and provides sustenance in the here and now. This is your life, and it is way too short to be living someone else's values or priorities. This energy supports you entirely for renewing your commitment and dedication to that which is most important to your heart and soul self. Saturn lends fortitude, strength, and resolve to the current process of pruning the non-essential, plugging energy leaks, and protecting what you love. If you define what you truly love and value, recommit or commit for the first time, and channel this considerable power and energy, then you will find that all you need, desire, and deserve can manifest, take root, and grow with ease, grace, and beauty. Venus rules our relationships. Often a Saturn contact pushes us to face the reality and renegotiate the relationship so that both parties can commit with integrity and at a new level where everyone knows their roles and responsibilities. Okay, so this is a powerful initiation to have while you are doing your process with Mercury, and you will find thepowerpath.com has the full moon update by Patricia Lyles that they post, and it is really crucial that you guys review that one too because she speaks to this. It's just a beautiful support that Mercury lingering in Pisces allows us to connect to our spirit guides, to our angels, ancestors, and animal spirit guides, and to connect to our imagination in a really delicious way. Of course, the shadow side of that is tuning into fears and phobias, but we're not going to do that. We're trying to create and cultivate a new story. We're in new territory, and all of the planets are kind of moved into new spaces where we have access to energy that we've never had access to before. So we can achieve things that maybe we couldn't achieve before that we really can possibly achieve now. And so to have this nice grounding force in the priority department while we go off in our imaginations and talk to our spirit guides and get our information about what's really going to feed and nourish and protect us in terms of living our life here in a physical body on Earth, this is just a stellar, juicy, delicious combination. And I have a side note here. Saturn in Capricorn 2018 to 2020 gives extra once in 28 years kind of support, the kind that helps you stabilize the fundamentals throughout your life. Home, work, or personal, professional, and self, other, or individual versus the relationship. Saturn rules Capricorn and is strongest in this placement. It will be initiating in your Capricorn house, integrating balance in your Cancer house, and testing your Aries Libra houses to grow out of comfort zone and into new territory. Last time we got a reality check like this one was the late 1980s, so this is a potent time to let go of anything unstable and all used up so that you can create a whole new foundation for living. Saturn rewards hard work, dedication, and being responsible for yourself and all that you contribute to the planet, and even more so when it is in its home sign like this. Take advantage of this couple of years to take a serious look at your personal values and priorities and how they contribute to the greater whole, for better or worse. So again, these personal adjustments we can make are so supported by the social and collective planets to anchor, evolve, support us for 7, 14, 21, 28 years going forward or beyond. So really powerful stuff this week. Like I said earlier, this is going to be a little bit longer recording than usual, you guys, but so much good stuff is here, and you probably will have to come back and refer to some of this as these cycles get underway, like the Mercury retrograde. And now what I'm about to touch on is also on Monday, Chiron enters Aries once and for all and is going to remain there until 2027. So Chiron was only discovered in 1977, which was the end of its last journey through Aries, officially 1968 to 77. But you need only look back to all that was happening during those years to recognize the deep thread of wounding, and thus where the healing work lies and runs through those alive and born during that time. That said, everyone born 1968 to 77 are approaching their Chiron return, which brings an amazing opportunity for healing and integration over the next 9 years. And because it is happening up in the sky, it is relevant to all. No one is exempt from this opportunity to heal or integrate your Aries houses and planets. That said, it will also affect Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn as well, but from a different angle or perspective. You may have gotten a snapshot of what this means for you personally during April to September of 2018. When it made its first dip into Aries, before it retrograded back to the end of Pisces for one final sealing of the healing, is what I've been calling it. What have you learned about being a spirit in human form? How did you address and heal your sensitivity boundary issues over the last 7 to 9 years? What did you learn about how your own intuition works? Okay, this is what Chiron in Pisces really helped everyone do, and helped everyone heal, because that's his job. And so now you can apply all that you've learned in the last 10 years to this new level of healing and integration. Chiron's healing now shifts more to your individual right to physically be here, to have an inherent purpose, and to claim it from the inside out. I have a little mantra that always puts both the power and the responsibility squarely back on myself, as well as those I work with. I say, it's always you, it's always you. Everything in our consciousness, and thus what we create, magnetize, and manifest in our reality, is but a reflection of what is going on inside the individual. That is where your power to change also lies. You have to be willing to face the fears and hurts, real, perceived, known, or unknown, accept the losses and defeats, and then get up, dust yourself off, and try again. Chiron can help guide and support this process. We just experienced its journey through Pisces over the last 10 years, which facilitated a major healing of our individual sensitivities, boundaries, and intuition via the element of water. And now it will shift to healing our identity and purpose via the element of fire, which means a different kind of cleansing and purification is coming up. It's time to reconnect with your own instinctive nature, the part of you that knows what you truly need to live and thrive in your individual body this lifetime. It's time to activate your infinite creativity and deep passion for life, nature, and the experience of being in a physical body. It's time to pioneer new paths, new ways of being a spirit in human form, and new ways of relating with each other and all life. The way we will succeed at that lofty goal is to do the individual self-work and soul work that only we can do for ourselves. It is not a job you can hire out to someone else. I also like to say healing and education are the purest forms of self-love because no one can do them for you. This time of Chiron in Aries is really going to push us all to be more self-assembling and self-sufficient, so we can direct our own lives better and also navigate the world more joyfully as well as effectively. You can see where this might require some practice and a safe space to gain any degree of mastery, but we can do it both individually and together. It's time to be brave and pioneering. Clearly the old ways no longer work. It's time to follow our instincts, though first we may have to connect to them properly. It's time to face challenges head on. No more denial or postponing anything related to you. Remember that though we have to do for self, be responsible, self-sufficient, and self-contained, we do not have to do it alone. So this time is really going to support the evolution of the individual within the context of the community or their relationships. What kind of people do you surround yourself with nowadays? It is all connected. If one evolves, the other, has to evolve too, your relationships, or they dissolve and go away. So, another side note, I am launching a new women's circle dedicated to the individual, healing, education, and transformational soul work around equinox in March, so stay tuned for details on that. This will not be astrologically based, but open to all who want to practice reconnecting to their instincts and healing themselves. I have created a whole year of healing called Soul Sisters on a Journey for 2019 that incorporates 12 animals and archetypes that we can learn from. It's going to be so amazing. I hope you will consider joining me then when I launch kellymbeard.com and my earth medicine practice. So more on that soon. But it will really help with this Chiron and Aries navigation, I promise. So then we get to Tuesday. Oh my goodness, we're only to Tuesday, y'all. And we have the Virgo super full moon, which is on the East Coast is around 10:53 in the morning. So watching it on tonight, Sunday, Monday, leading up to that day is going to it's going to be this biggest and brightest and possibly orange or different colors. So if you can be under the sky Sunday, Monday before our Tuesday full moon, super full moon, then please by all means do it. Okay, I've mentioned this over the last few months, but we are coming to yet another 0 point of possibilities, with one more to go next month in Libra before the lunar flip. This Virgo super full moon is a potent time to release the need to keep up appearances of beauty or order in your life. Instead, focus on actually healing what is imbalanced or integrating what is fragmented. Then, rather than a temporary fix, you can and will begin to radiate more beauty and order naturally from the center of your being. Virgo is the energy of fasting and purifying, so if you feel the need to do that, it applies to all levels, physical, spiritual, mental, and emotional. Fast from negativity, internal or external, and purify your priorities. There is something you must be willing to release from your system to have what you want, and something you must integrate into your system to be who you are. This is the completion of an annual cycle, so you can ground your intentions this full moon for the completion work on the personal individual level in preparation for birthing a new cycle of working and playing with others on the collective level this spring. As we get to the Virgo full moon on the 19th of February, we can really assess all that we put in motion around fall equinox 2018 and release that which is not falling into a natural rhythm by now. What new system or routine did you activate back then, and where does it stand now, 6 months later? Much of what is revealed at this time will also help deepen your dedication with the Sag last quarter moon on February 26th, because clearly there is more work to do to align your internal truth with your external reality. Check in with the reality of the various relationships that you are experiencing at this time. Any quote-unquote friction you may be experiencing is necessary to help you grow and evolve by the Pisces new moon on March 6th. When you concede a completely new vision. There may be an intense ending vibe to the usual initiation of a new lunar cycle, but maybe ending isn't the right word. Think completion, surrender, full circle, and trust that all is divine, even if it doesn't all make total sense to you yet. Mercury retro in Pisces, March 6 to 28, so on the new moon, Mercury's going to go backwards, is going to assist your process this spring. It's time to run everything through your own internal processor before going to the action decision-oriented Aries energy of spring equinox 2019. And before I dive into the Mercury activations, because you'll notice that this is the warm-up, things that are hitting this week are going to be repeated again during the retrograde and then a final pass in like April, May once it goes forward. So before I dive into that, I want to quickly share another stellar resource. Kathy Pagano, who recently hosted a circle of women around the world of all ages and stages of life who were all focused on authoring and embodying a new story. Kathy is an amazing astrologer, Jungian analyst, dream coach, storyteller, and much, much more. I can't even list. She's amazing, y'all. I participated in that circle, and many of us have branched off after to do some one-on-one with Kathy. She is offering 5 sessions for $275 to dive deep into your own story. She will walk you through the big collective story shaping your life at this time, clarifying the old story, clarifying the new story, checking in with your dreams and astrology, and finally pulling it all together so that you naturally embody the next level of evolution that is unique for you. I start mine tomorrow. I just can't wait. You can email her at Kathy with a C, C-A-T-H-Y, Kathy with a C, Kathy at imaginecoachingservices.com. And you can do what you want, but I think your subject line should read, Ready to Weave My New Story. So please reach out if you're in that zone, and many of us are. We are at that pivot point between the old story and the new story. Like the old one's no longer true, and the new one is just starting to percolate and make sense. So Kathy is just amazing at helping you pull those threads together and weave something brilliant. I mean, the storyteller in her is just amazing, and she will help you find your own mythology that you can really believe in and navigate the world a little better when you have various aspects of your being communicating with you, because she's big on the dreams as your own soul communicating with you, and your astrology is your chart, it's your own soul blueprint, it's communicating with you, and your psyche and your heart, and all of this, everything we need is within us. That's all I know. And she's been an amazing support in my life that has helped me get my new story cooking, and I'm just really excited to share her with you. So, on the 19th, which is also Tuesday, also the super full moon, Mercury is going to conjunct Neptune, which is an initiation. Mercury will do this on February 19th, again on March 24th, and then the final pass will be April 2nd. This is a mixed blessing, but definitely an initiation either way. It can be miraculous for creativity, art, or exploration. I like this one for a personal conversation with God, your higher self, your soul self. As with any initiation, a completion must come first, and in this case, with Mercury, it's time to expand your thinking in some way. Go deeper. Invite your ancestors, angels, and animal guides to answer your questions and guide you at this time. Communing with them is much more supported than communing with the humans around you. So, if you need to think about the mundane or confront someone about something which requires complete honesty from both parties, things could get a little hazy and confused thanks to Neptune here. There is always a veil to contend with when dealing with Neptune, but you have to know which side of it you are on, so you are in alignment with the nature around you, whether you're in 3D versus 5D. Okay? This energy tends to color reality, misleading you to think that you are being perfectly clear in your communication or what you're trying to express, while others are completely lost. It's better to say nothing rather than to be completely misunderstood. So, take it with a grain of salt. Like I said, I think the Mercury retrograde in Pisces, linking up with Neptune 3 times over, is really powerful and important to fine-tuning your story. It's allowing you to connect with your imagination over and over and to really try to strip yourself of the cultural or family conditioning that is an additional filter that you operate and you look through and that you have used for a really long time, but it's time to do something new. And so rather than be attached to outcome, allow this to be a process over the next month or two. As you get into spring, let's be a little bit slower in our jump into spring this time, because we want to, even if you can't articulate your vision very well, I would say it's still a really good time to go into your imagination or to commune with your invisible team, which I believe everyone has an invisible team of support that surrounds you and walks with you always. So that's an initiation. Also on the 19th, Mercury will sextile Saturn, The first one then, and then it will hit again March 20th, and the final pass will be April 7th. This energy is really good for being able to objectively see what needs to be changed, fixed, or stabilized in your life or environment. One expression of this energy is a tendency toward depression or apathy, but a better expression would be facing what needs to be done and following through on what you have begun. You may feel the need to organize things at home or work, or perhaps take a class or workshop of some sort that will help you attain your current goals. Either way, be focused but not too serious. Balance in all things. It's when you focus on the lack and limitation that you feel overwhelmed and sometimes helpless. That's not the point of this energy. It's just time to take any rose-colored glasses off, do some serious thinking, tend to the details, take stock, assess the value of your ideas, and make changes accordingly. Okay, 3 times over, February, March, April. See how that's going to work? So, again, don't be attached to the first few things that come through. Think of it like you're turning on a rusty faucet of water, and then you got to let it run so that the rust comes out first, and then you get fresh, clean flow after that. So finally, we jump to the 22nd, which is Friday. So that's beautiful. The full moon in Virgo is a total processing time, the 19th, 20, 21st. That is so juicy, you guys. That means the individual can really take some time to integrate all that's being awakened at this time, because a lot of this is just awakening in many of us. So on Friday the 22nd, Mercury is going to square off with Jupiter, something it's also going to do in March and April. So March 15th and April 11th will be the final pass. This energy challenges you to integrate your smaller vision with the larger vision for your life. On one hand, you can see the big picture in new ways, but on the other hand, you may not be very interested in the details that bring it about. This is another good one for expanding your consciousness and thinking outside the box. But as the insights come into your conscious awareness, be mindful of the steps it will take to make your ideas a reality. This activation is also great for course corrections, where your ideas are concerned especially, and will open you up to learning something new or bring in a crucial piece of information. Just keep in mind that you will have to stabilize anything you start, and probably have to review some details down the road because of something you overlooked in your enthusiasm for the new truth revealed from within. So see what's happening here? Mercury is kind of our lower mind. Jupiter's our consciousness. They're squaring off. So we're having to grow in our lower mind and expand our thinking in some way. But because it's a square, there's going to be some friction to force us to align the little things with the big vision, the details that get us there. And so I love that this is 3 times over, and I love that we all get a heads up right now, so that as we dive into just considering what our new story might be and noticing that these initiations and these tests and these integrations that we're going through are, again, a process. It's not a one and done. It's going to awaken you to something that you weren't aware of. It's going to show you it from a couple of different angles, and then it's going to go forward and it's going to turn into something completely different. And it's all good. It's okay. Just try to follow the process. Try to control it to the degree that you can, in that you can set the intention. You can set the tone for what the vibe you want to experience, or the feeling, the sensation, the essence that you want to experience. Okay, that's what we're calling in. Try not to be attached to the packaging, to what it looks like. Try to just tune in to the feeling. And in the mental realms with Mercury, it's what are the ideas, concepts, thoughts, words, you're writing and publishing, different things like that. How is that all evolving? How you communicate and express yourself. How's that evolving right now? Because when Mercury retrogrades 3 times a year, it's basically giving us a chance 3 times a year, sometimes 4, to do a data dump and to clear the mental body. Because the mental body takes the most abuse these days, okay? So if you don't, on purpose, consciously clear that 3 to 4 times a year, just imagine what kind of headaches you could possibly have. I just couldn't do it. I love Mercury retrograde because it gives us permission to do that. So please take advantage of this one, because this one in Pisces is pretty magical. So also on the 22nd, here's Venus. Remember I said she's going to start with Saturn and initiate a new reality, and then go to Pluto on the 22nd and transform everything. It's just a whole new day and initiate clean, clean, clean. This is the purest clean possible. This is an initiation and an energy that supports a brand new beginning in your personal life. Some aspect of your values and priorities have shifted or run its natural course, and this is a time to move in a completely new direction, even if it only feels like moving to your own next level with love, finances, or relationships. I guarantee you, everybody, upgrade 222. Let's do it all. 222 your time on 222, which is a Friday of February 22nd. And just know that you're rebooting a completely new cycle. Pluto does add intensity to the mix, for better or worse, but it also grants rare access to profound levels of connection within and with those you're in alignment with on a soul level, okay? Pluto's always going to be soul level. Venus is always going to be heart level. This is not the surface, you guys. This is the deepest depths. This is the ultimate support for the power of love to transform all. Breathe that in. Because your values and priorities are changing, relationships must also undergo a similar adjustment. Remember, when you change, everyone around you changes or goes away. Beware of value differences that can cause power struggles, which are not productive. That's often just the ego distracting you from an opportunity to release some dead weight and move into the new with more ease and grace. Try to create circumstances that are win-win and mutually beneficial. This will allow any relationship to evolve rather than devolve or revolve back into the new cycle and thus repeating a negative pattern. Okay? If you're ready for change, change is available, everyone. Then on the 23rd, which is Saturday, and this is our last activation, Mercury is going to sextile Pluto. So this is also one of three. It'll happen again on March 16th, and the final pass is April 10th. So again, this one eases that transformation, that total renewal of your values and priorities to sort of accept with or without the partner of your dreams or the partner you thought you were going to spend the rest of your life with. It's all okay to start fresh and new. This Mercury activation can kind of help you integrate that concept if you're resisting or if it's hard or you're really still in a mourning period between the time of the old and the birth of the new. It happens, so just be patient and know that this retrograde is going to help you, like I said, bring all those threads that are so divergent together to weave a new story and to weave some strength and fortitude that is anchored in your self-love. Because remember, the more we love ourselves and take care of ourselves and radiate that light, the more love we attract. And the more love we experience definitely radiates as healing out to the rest of the world. So the answer is always light and love. I know it's become a little cliche-ish and overused, but the purest essence of light and the purest essence of love is really the answer to everything. Okay, so for our last activation, this energy provokes the need to delve deeper into any ideas or information being presented at this time, whether personal or professional. You will want to dig deeper, ask the hard questions, and gather insights that are deeper and more profound than usual. In your professional public life, you may find yourself doing better due diligence, or at least you should, it's recommended. And in your personal private life, you may find yourself digging a little deeper into your own mental patterns and personal history, which has led to now. As you make these connections and begin to grasp these new insights, they will gain traction and you will become more grounded in your own truth, I promise you. We all get excited about those kind of aha moments, and you may find yourself wanting to share them with others who may or may not be ready to hear such deep truths or have the conscious awareness to even process them. So use some discernment around who and when you share these newfound deeper insights about yourself or others. So, pretty powerful week, you all, leading to a really powerful retrograde for us to start at least outlining a new story, something. And those of you who have already really gotten going on your story, this is just a great time to flesh it out with the imagination of what's possible, to really expand your consciousness in a way to look at your circumstances, like how is this perfect and what is this good for and how can I use it the way it is and use what I've got where I am right here, no people, no props, no payments. How can I use what I've got? This is the process of review this Mercury retrograde is going to afford us. And like I said, with Venus linking up with Saturn and Pluto, it's going to allow us to still stay grounded in our true priorities so that the decisions we make or the creative ventures we start and things in the spring, summertime when they're finally ready to be shared with the world, it's going to be so much richer because you allowed your heart and your imagination to kind of get their vote in. It's really important that we as humans have that alive and active and communicating. Like I said, your body, your imagination, our hearts, all parts of ourselves are actual communicators. It's just a big old system of communication. So learning how your particular individual system works is what I'm all about. So I look forward to connecting with you next week, and thank you again for everyone who listens and reads all this, because I really do live by it, and I know many of you do too. So take care and know that it's not to be overwhelmed this week, but just to know that there is a lot of energy available. So let's direct it in the most positive, light-filled, love-filled way we can. All right, everyone. Have a great week. Thanks for listening. This is Kelly M. Beard of KarmicTools.com, and I'm so grateful for your time, energy, and support. Please share this with those you think would resonate and reach out if and when you need to. Kelly at KarmicTools.com, or you can reach me through my contact page on the website. The goal of my weekly forecast is to alert you to the energies and activations that we're all experiencing and the possibilities for conscious co-creation as an individual. Awareness of the energies is the first key, but I invite you to take it to the next level by checking out my readings, telecircles, or subscriptions, which are all geared toward individual support that helps you understand your own unique blueprint. My specialty is cycles and patterns, and I love helping people figure out their own within the context of the social and collective rhythm. To some, working with their own cycles and patterns is a completely new and foreign concept, but there are many planetary cycles that coincide with natural life cycles that allow us to co-create in mystical as well as practical ways. I create custom tools that I have tried and tested myself for over 30 years, and I do the work alongside my circle every time. So I hope you will reach out if you feel called to dive deeper into your own soul's natural rhythm. Talk to you soon. Namaste.